We're going to replace the gasket on the catalytic converter. Remove the 4 bolts on the catalytic converter. Push the catalytic converter back, pull it up to get it out of the way a bit. Remove the old broken gasket. Verify the size of the new gasket. We can now replace it with the new gasket. The bolt holes are wider on one side than the other. The wider bolt holes go towards the engine. Be gentle with the gasket and just put it on, make sure there's no bends. Work everything till it's flat. We'll move and adjust until the flange connects. We can now close up that gap. Because these are exhaust bolts, they're very difficult to get off. When I put them back on, I put brand new fresh ones because I don't want to round off the edges next time I get these off. If I do have to cut these off, I don't like the flange. I'd rather have just a regular nut like this. That way I can just take a chisel, set it in there, and split it. If the little washer piece is on there, it's very difficult to split it. Sometimes you can buy these in brass, so they're really easy to split off. I'm going to be going with number 10 hardness. That way they won't round off as easy. Of course, I could go the opposite way and put brass on there so they're easy to cut off. I'm going to put a washer, then a lock washer to make sure that this extends out a little bit so it's easier to hit it with a chisel. I'm going to place a washer on first. That way it'll extend that nut, so if I need to cut it off with a chisel, it'll be a little easier. This stud in the front, of course, is the easiest. Want to make sure the threads are clean so you can just put it on by hand and not fight it so much. The one in the back is pretty tight. It's really tight in there. In fact, I can't even get the camera back there. It's possible to get a 14mm stubby back there, or you can go a curved offset. The new bolts I have are 18mm. The outside bolts, of course, are easy to tighten. The one in the back, you have to reach it because this is a 12-point wrench. I can get it in and just move it just a little bit. I'll also put some anti-seize on there. In fact, it's so tight, you can take a socket on an extension, place the nut in there, try to work it in that way. This is a swivel extension, so I'm able to get in there. As you can see, it's pretty tight in there. It'd be pretty difficult to get a ratchet in there. I'll tighten everything up nice and even. It's also possible to get these stubbies in there. With a swivel extension, I'm able to get a ratchet in there. With a longer swivel extension, I'm able to go back a little bit further and get a little more space. The swivel extension allows the socket to be able to swivel. Pull the socket off, you can see how it swivels. The 3 other bolts you can just get with a ratchet. To get extra space, you can take the air box out pretty easily. It goes in and out fairly easy. It snaps into these 2 holes down here, and it snaps into the hole into the side. Align it up and then push the tab in. Attach up the hose. Tighten up the hose clamp. Hook up the MAF sensor. Pretty tight in there, but that's how I was able to get the catalytic converter gasket in.